It's a drawing of a man cutting his finger open and squeezing some blood into a bowl together with some green, mossy stuff. Then he mashes it together and... oh, gross! He dips a black pearl in it and eats it. That's barbaric. Maybe the stories about the cannibal mermen were true after all. But hey, in the next one he seems capable of speaking fluently with the creatures that brought me here. I wouldn't mind that, if it could get me the hell out of here. It's a drawing of a man, a human, sticking a strange, polyp-shaped object into his mouth. Ugh! In the next drawing, he seems to be able to breathe underwater. Convenient, if somewhat radical. The walls look organic. And those blue things... I think they're polyps of some kind. They live inside the wall and are part of the structure. National Geographic would go nuts over stuff like this. There's fresh oxygen coming through here. These polyps must process the oxygen in the water somehow. That's how I'm able to breathe in here.
As you probably guessed, this is telling us how we will be able to breathe underwater and talk to the people down here. Firstly, we need to breathe, so we need to eat one of these.
It's the polyp I yanked out of the wall. Oh, this is so disgusting, but I have to get out of here.
And that's it. We can breathe. So we can exit here now. Go under the sea. There's a cool underwater merperson city over there. There's this shell here though first.
It's a big seashell.
We need a few things to be able to speak to these people.
There's a large black pearl inside the seashell.
One of them is a black pearl.
It's a big black pearl. I could probably get like $1 million for this at home. Here it's like a weed or something.
Then we need some green stuff and some blood, which we will have to get from ourselves, unfortunately.
The seaweed here is so thick and tangled, it looks almost deliberate.
Okay, let's go over and explore this very pretty looking city. Now we find ourselves in this room. There is a merperson, and we can see a lot of glowing green stuff on the walls.
It's a pretty blue crystal. It's a glowing green substance that's spread evenly across the walls, providing light and heat.
That is exactly what we need.
It's a small amount of a glowing green substance. It's a person. God knows what sex it is, but I'm sure it's not the one that kidnapped me. That one had smaller wings. Why did you bring me here? Lucky me, I'm stuck at the bottom of the sea with Bubbles the mermaid. There's got to be a way to communicate with these creatures.
There does, doesn't there? We know exactly how. We need to take our black pearl, the green stuff, and get a bit of our blood, mix them together, and then eat it. Which is pretty gross, really, isn't it? To get the blood, we've got the push pin.
If this gets infected and I have to chew off my finger to fight the gangrene, I'm suing somebody. Things I do to save the world. Worlds.
Nice, now we've got some blood.
A drop of my sweet, precious blood.
So we then combine that with the green stuff.
It's a small amount of a glowing green substance.
And then we take the black pearl and coat it in the green stuff. Now we have this golden pearl.
The pearl has turned a golden color and it's glowing with magic.
Magic.
I've always had trouble swallowing pills, especially huge golden magical ones. Well, here goes nothing.
So now we can breathe underwater and talk to mer people. Go us! Back here again, let's just take this crystal.
It's a pretty blue crystal.
Because we can, why not?
It's the crystal I took from the Marian's home.
You naughty thief.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, we understand.
Weird. I have this nagging feeling in the back of my mind that I shouldn't be able to understand what you're saying, but I do.
You have passed the 2 tests of the Gatherer, Landwalker. Breathing water and speaking the tongue of the Maerum. You can serve us now.
Serve you?
You have been brought here to serve us as the Gatherer of Tanyan.
What's Tanyan?
Tanyan is life. Tanyan brings light to darkness and sustenance to our caves. Tanyan keeps the snapjaw from our children and heats us when it is cold. Tanyan is life.
Tanyan is love. Tanyan is life.
Where does Tanyan come from?
Our gatherers collect it from the caves and shores of the islands, but there is less Tanyan to be found each season, and we need help.
How does Tanyan do all those things you said?
Tanyan provides warmth and light. It draws the harvest close.
Harvest?
The creatures of the sea that we eat, the golden tail, and the weed-eye, and the sand-eater.
Fish. You're talking about fish.
The harvest, yes, that is what we said. The harvest is drawn to the light and to the heat, but the snapjaw are clever. They stay away. They know the light allows us better aim with our spears.
Why can't you gather Tanyan yourself?
We do, but we cannot move far from our cities, or the snapjaw will hunt us and eat us. If we travel in force, we leave our men and children without guard. And we cannot travel too close to the islands, or the winged demons may catch eye of us. They leave our gatherers alone, though, so you have nothing to fear.
Who are the winged demons?
Ugly, leathery creatures who defy nature to fly up there in the sky. They are evil and live to destroy our people.
Don't the snapjaw kill the gatherers?
Rarely. Your meat is bitter and tough, not soft and tender like ours.
I won't ask how you know that. I think I've learned enough about Tanyan for now.
You have learned nothing, but your training will teach you what you need to know.
I'd like to learn more about Tanyan.
Certainly. What do you wish to learn?
Thanks. I don't have any more questions about Tanyan. Are your people called the Maerum?
We are the Maerum. Most landwalkers call us mermen, or merpeople, but the Maerum is our name in truth.
Who are you, ma'am?
We are the queen of the 3rd city of the Maerum, enlightened keeper of the Tanyan, protector of the light.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I really had no idea you were a queen.
We are just a queen. Our function is to serve the people, to light our cities, provide food for our men and children, and to protect them from the snapjaw that hunt us in the dark.
Do you know where my ship went down?
The vessel you foolishly travel in above the water, it rests not far from the city, just past and beyond the Landwalker's bubble where you were first brought. I think it is dead.
Do you know the island of Elias?
Yes, we know the island of Elias. Our gatherers find Tanyan there, and the Maerum once had a city in the shallow waters below it.
Can you bring me there?
Until your training is complete, you cannot go gathering. We cannot risk losing you to the Snapjaw, or to have you desert your duties to our people.
How long will my training take?
6 cold oceans.
6 years? Sure, that makes sense. Everything in this world takes ages. I've been told that you worship an old god who lives in the deep.
How did you come by this forbidden knowledge?
I picked it up on my way here. Could you take me to him?
You? No, we cannot. Unless you are Maerum, you are not even allowed to speak of our sleeping god.
Thanks for your time.
We will call on you soon to begin your service. Until then, you should stay inside the Landwalker's bubble and away from the dark waters where the Snapjaw lurk.
Do you need this?
No, it is of no value to us.
Where did you find it? It looks very old.
I believe one of the children found it just outside the city, not far from the Landwalker's bubble, among the seaweed by the rocks. We have used it for decoration in our hall, but you are welcome to it. Consider it a gift, gatherer.
They found it among the seaweed by the rocks. Interesting. Maybe we should go and check out that seaweed again. Maybe we should. Maybe it's important.
Here's another one of those crystals buried in the sand among the seaweed.
Another of the crystals.
It's the crystal I found among the seaweed.
But wait, there's more.
There's an entrance to a cave back here. Judging by the amount of seaweed, it's a long time since anybody's been in there.
A cave. Interesting. Right outside the Maerum city, just behind some seaweed. And it's been a long time since anyone's been in here. They mustn't be a very inquisitive race, must they? So in here we've got more of those crystals, and this altar, which is very obviously a puzzle.
It's inscribed with the image of a wave, probably representing water.
This is what the crystals are for.
This ring is inscribed with the image of a clay pot. It's a long spear with hooks, probably a harpoon then. It's another one of those blue crystals.
So there are 4 parts on the outside of the altar with 4 different symbols.
It's one of the 2 crystals I found inside the abandoned cave. It's another one of those blue crystals.
And there are 4 crystals which slot into those spaces. So now we've got all 4 crystals. I'm just going to save. Now let's have a look at the altar again.
This inscription looks like a huge pyramidic structure with an eye in the middle.
We've got a pyramid eye structure.
This inscription looks like a fish.
A fish.
Water.
Water. And a harpoon. And then we've got 4 rings that we can move around. Fire goes to water.
This ring is inscribed with the image of a bird.
Bird goes to fish.
This ring is inscribed with the image of a Maerum.
Maerum goes to the pyramid eye.
This ring is inscribed with the image of a clay pot.
And pottery goes to harpoon. Now we have to place the crystals in the right slots. The crystals are different colours. The green one goes on the harpoon. Yellow one goes to fish. The brown one goes on water. And finally the grey one goes on the pyramid eye. And then we can rotate each of these crystals. You just have to rotate them so the symbol on the crystal is facing the symbol on the altar. Once you've got the crystals in the right slots, this part's pretty obvious.
It looks like some kind of visual history of the Maerum people. According to this first tablet... Oh my god, it turns out the Maerum came to Earth inside a type of spaceship from another planet. They're aliens? Not that anything should surprise me at this point, but still. They look very different back then, though. It must have been a long time ago. Their ship looks to have been a living thing, according to these drawings. Wait a minute. Could this be their ancient god? One of the dragons? I think it has to be. After they arrived on Earth, their species divided in two. One crawled into the sea, the other onto land. What does that mean? This must be a while later, because the Maerum look like they do today. At least the ones who went into the sea do. The other ones? They have wings. If I'm going to guess, I'd say that the ones who went to live on land became the Elation, which means the Maerum and Elation are related. In this one, they're living close to each other and in peace, and it seems they share equally in the production of Tanyan, which attracts fish for both peoples to eat. Then something happens. War, it looks like, and the Maerum and Elation move away from each other. In this last one, Tanyan is beginning to become scarce, and the Maerum are losing many of their young ones to the Snapjaw. They fear the Elation, and they forget their common heritage. At the very end, there's a prophecy, I think. The Maerum and the Elation joining hands once again. When they do, Tanyan becomes plentiful and both people prosper.
How very interesting. So the Maerum and the Elation both came from space as the same species and then split off into two. We have to go and tell the Queen about this.
Can we talk for a minute?
Yes, Gatherer. We may.
Why was the cave with the altar and the wall painting just outside the city abandoned?
What? Show us this cave. Immediately.
I lit the cave by placing the crystal from your palace together with 3 more crystals I found on the altar and moving the stone rings into their correct positions.
Can it be that you are... But you are a gatherer. You cannot be she.
Who can't I be?
The Water Stiller. She who, by prophecy, will deliver us from strife and unite us as one people. She who will uncover the ancient shrine.
Looks pretty ancient to me.
This is the shrine, yes. And you have brought light to the darkness as well. But the other prophecies, you have not fulfilled them. You have not proven yourself to be the Water Stiller yet.
How can I do that?
Come back with us, and we will tell you.
Who is the Water Stiller?
She is of the prophecies. She will bring an end to strife and unite our people.
How can I prove that I'm the Water Stiller?
You have uncovered the ancient shrine and brought light to the darkness. But this could be just chance. You must show us the witness you carry of your mission to the balance.
talisman! Damn, I lost it when the storm hit us.
You must also kill a snapjaw with a spear, and then you will have proven yourself to us. Once you have done this, we will aid you in your quest to make us one people.
Where do I begin?
Take this spear and slaughter a snapjaw. This must be done to prove your strength, and to prove you are of the Maerum.
Where do I find the snapjaw?
If you are the water stiller, you will find a way.
Thursday afternoon. The Maerum Queen believes I may be what they call the water stiller. Why not? After all, I am April Bandu Imbata, and I'm probably what the Venar call a Kanangla. So why not the water stiller? Thing is, this time I have to prove it. The water stiller is supposed to uncover an ancient shrine and bring light to the darkness, which I've already done. Then I have to show some proof of my mission, the talisman, which the captain locked away in the chest, and kill a snapjaw. Kill a snapjaw? What am I, an Amazon hunting woman person? I think not. I have a hard time smacking a fly. But if I want to get out of here... The talisman probably went down with the ship. I wonder how difficult it would be to get a hold of it. Well, let me tell you. It's pretty simple. As simple as killing a giant shark. With this spear...
It's a Marian spear. Or harpoon. Whatever.
Hurrah! We have a weapon! Yay! Now we can do combat! The rest of the game is going to turn into melee spear combat. No, it isn't. There's no shitty forced combat in this adventure game. We have to go this way. Yes, you can go this way. Here is the ship. Oh dear. Oh Christ. That is enormous! Now we do have our spear out visually, but we still have to go into our inventory and use the spear on the snapjaw. And that's it. Utterly wrecked. It had about 1 HP.
It's dead. I killed it.
And we have to take some proof from it.
I'll need something to bring back to prove that I killed the snapjaw. This tooth will do just fine. Oh man, that's sharp. I had no idea a snapjaw had razor teeth. If I did, better not think about that now. It's my talisman! What incredible luck!
What incredible destiny!
It's the talisman of the balance. I'm wet. I'm wet.
Yes, you are. So now, of course, all we need to do is head back to the Queen and show her how much of a badass we are. I presume the Snapjaw made that enormous hole in the hull. I don't think we did that with our axe. Let's show her the talisman first, and then the tooth.
Here's proof of my mission. A magical talisman with the sign of the balance. It means that I'm the 13th guardian of the balance.
You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. If you fulfill the rest, we will acknowledge you as the water stiller.
It's the sharp fang from a snapjaw's, jaw. Here's a tooth from the dreaded snapjaw that guarded the shipwreck. Proof of my strength and courage.
You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. If you fulfill the rest, we will acknowledge you as the Water Stiller.
Ah, we are not completely done yet. We need to go back to the cave. And there we will have to use the talisman. On...
The crystals on the altar light up the entire cave.
not the altar, but this little thing.
It's a circular indentation framed with the image of two dragons biting each other's tails, almost exactly like the markings on my talisman. It's a small niche containing what appears to be a shard of a stone. It's a piece of the stone disc. No, wait. It's only 1/2 of a piece. It looks like it's been divided in two. Strange. It's 1/2 of one of the 4 pieces of the stone disc. I got this from the temple cave of the Maerum.
So we've got the Maerum piece, 1/8 of the entire stone disc.
I've taken from you the object you've kept hidden for generations. It's part of the disc that will restore the balance and save the twin worlds from chaos.
You have indeed fulfilled all but one of the prophecies. You might yet be the Water Stiller. We would not have thought she would come in our lifetime.
Good. Then you'll take me to your sleeping god.
There is but one more prophecy you must fulfill.
There's more? Sure, there's always more. That's the fun part about prophecies.
You must unite our people once again.
But you said you were united, that there's no strife between Maerum.
The Water Stiller will come to bring our people together again, to unite us and save us. This has still not come to pass. Until you do so, the prophecies of the Water Stiller have not fully come to pass.
I think I know now what the prophecies mean when they say your people will be reunited. The Maerum are at peace with each other, yes? But you're not at peace with the Elation, the Wind Demons.
They are our enemies.
Right now they might be, but it wasn't always like that. Not according to the carvings in the temple cave.
What do you mean?
Once upon a time, long ago, the Maerum and the Elation were one people.
What? This is heresy.
I'm just telling you what I saw in your temple. This was a very long time ago, and the one species soon divided in two. One sought refuge in the sea, the other on the winds. But both the Maerum and the Elation were dependent on the other for various reasons, amongst them Tenyen, which was abundant where the two people lived in close proximity to each other. Apparently, there was peace between your two people for a very long time, but then something happened, something that caused a war to break out. Both the Elation and the Maerum moved far away from each other, and ever since then, your people have had a tough time finding Tenyen. I think the only way to save the Maerum from a slow death, and the Elation as well probably, is to reconcile you with your, common ancestry.
How can we believe you, Water Stiller? Your words are too outrageous, and the consequences, were you to be speaking the truth, are grave.
If you don't believe me, check out the temple walls. The whole story has been recorded there, probably when you first came to this place.
But what will our people say? What will they think when we tell them they are brothers and sisters to the winged demons?
You're their queen, and so you'll have to make them understand and accept their heritage. As must the Elation, I expect, and I don't think it will be any easier for them to come to terms with their history.
You must go to them, then, to find if our temple speaks the truth, and if they are willing to speak with us like civilized people.
I guess I must, Water Stiller or not. If you don't reunite with them, you will die, if eventually.
We will bring you to the shores of their closest island, and we will await word from you on their answer.
Does this mean you believe me?
You are the water stiller. You are prophecy. We will follow your directions and fulfill our destiny. One of our people will bring you to Alais, a night's journey from here. Once there, you will find the elation and speak with their leaders. If they agree to meet, then we will do so in a place of your choosing.
I promise I'll do my best. Goodbye.
Safe journey, water stiller. We will hold on to the piece of the disc you found in the temple. If the winged demons, the elation, agree to meet us, we will bring the stone.
I am the water stiller. How strange it is to be so insignificant yet so important. There are so many who have been waiting for me, or somebody like me, to come and bring hope into their lives. It's truly amazing. And even more amazing, I'm able to cope with it. I'm still in denial, no question about that, but I'm warming up to the idea that I'm actually not just some tiny speck of dust in the cosmic infinity, but a person with a mission, a place, with a purpose. Right now, my purpose is to find the elation and to reunite them with the Maerum so that both species can thrive once more. That done, I can find out what the elation know, and then pay a visit to the sleeping god of the Maerum. I'm counting on this guy being one of the kin. If not, I have no idea what to do next. Early Saturday morning. Back home at this time I'd be safely snuggled up in bed, safe in the knowledge that it's Saturday, I've got nowhere I have to be, I can just relax all day long. Maybe go to the cafe, hang out for a while, maybe go to the park, whatever. This all started a week ago yesterday. 1 week of mysteries and danger and strange revelations about the very nature of the cosmos. And I'm still reasonably sane. At least that accounts for something. Now I know there's an elation village somewhere on Alais. The question is where, and how do I get there? If the Maerum and elation used to live close to each other, the village should be somewhere down by the sea. Maybe right around the corner.
Tanya and his life